Okay, so here's the bite. Here's the bite, and then I'll go over a little bit, few more notes, and tell you what I think. This was yesterday. Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan.
This is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Condescending POS he was right there, I tell you. And let me say this before I go into all these notes here. Pending on my mood, pending on if I was prepared from a mental perspective to react to a guy like that, being in the sports talk industry, I don't give two flips about getting fired. I mean, right now I do ride share and I do carrier work and I do this sports podcast. But knowing what I know about Jerry Jones' history and the way he has used power moves against Jimmy Johnson going back 30 years, he had this guy from some billionaire, some prince from, I don't know, somewhere in the Middle East. He was wanting to watch the team meeting or something like that. And Jimmy Johnson said no. And he says, well, on the team. So that's a power move, this little stuff like that. And going back to what I already know about a few years later with Bill Parcells. Parcells wanted to move off guys like Terrell Owens. There's an incident where wide receiver Antonio Bryant, we're talking 20 years ago, where Jerry wouldn't cut a guy after he got into what it looked like was reported a physical altercation with Parcells. So if I'm working in Dallas and I know that, I'm mentally prepared to say whatever I really want to say to a guy like a Jerry Jones, who's obviously coming off as a total vanity bully. But, reading up on this story, he doesn't own the station. He could find another sports station in Dallas to do that weekly interview with them. But I would say, I tell you what, so what do you want me to do, sir? This is not a public relations firm here. I'm not a public relations guy for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm sure that would have really ticked him off. You do whatever you need to do. If you want to find somebody else to talk to, and this is after I done asked him something respect, but if he would have said that to me, I'll say, well, what you probably need to do is stop overpaying average players, sir, and let coach, like I just said a minute ago, let coaches do the coaching there and let them establish the culture. Since you haven't won a Super Bowl in 28 years, you just now had a road win in the playoffs in 30 years when you beat the Tampa Bay Bucks a few years ago. Maybe you should try that, Mr. Jones. And I'm sure he would have he might have had a stroke if I'd have said that to him.